If I can cook it, so can you, so go nowhere. Let's create chicharrones. Yes, sir, chicharrones. Pork fritters or something like that, but I go with chicharrones. And what I have here is pork belly. Sharp knife. You see the fat on the other side? And I have a little bit of meat. I don't need a lot of the meat or anything like that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut these babies in little slabs. It's about inch and 1/4. Yeah, you have to put some. See? It's going to look like this. Short knife, I don't have to put a lot of pressure. And you're going to do the same for the others. You can make it a little bit smaller too, about 3/4 inch, 1.5 inches. Doesn't matter. You can kind of make little incisions, but you don't want it to go all the way to the fat, you know, just in the beef, in the pork section. The meat, you know, the actual meat. See, I'm not going all the way to down. So you do a little incisions like that. Sharp knife, you know. You don't have to go crazy. Another method, you can actually cut it in half. Do the same incisions, but now they're smaller, you know what I mean? Because this one doesn't have a lot of meat. A lot of pork. Simple. Or you can say, you know what? You can cut them in chunks now. You know what I mean? Like this. That's another version. The choice is yours, okay? So I have what in Puerto Rico we call caldero, el caldero. It's a pot, you know. So I'm going to start adding the pork because I'm going to cook them in water first. And there's a reason for that, okay? And I had the little chunks, I had the halfway cut. The full cut. Going to cut these babies here for a little bit, okay? I have medium high. And you're going to leave it alone. I'm going to cook it first for about maybe 10 minutes, but I'm going to keep an eye. And if I need to cook it for longer, I will let you know. But let's start with maybe 10 minutes, okay? Because this is an electrical stove. So it's been 10, 13 minutes. Not enough. I need to let it go for a little bit longer. By the way, you don't use a lot of water. See? This is how much water I have. You don't need a lot of water. What you're doing here, you're cleaning the impurities, getting the pork and the skin to set up. See how this impurity stuff? You know, so the taste is better. That's the purpose of this. You want the taste to get better. So by you boiling them, you're taking the, what I call impurities, you know, and stuff like that. See? So I have them here for about 15 minutes. You know what? I'm going to do it for another 15. Let's make a half hour. I'm going to remove them, take them out here. Put in the container. Now is when I'm going to put some salt. Go with fine salt, fine grain salt. You don't have to go too crazy, but you cannot be too shy either. And I'm going to also put some garlic powder. No garlic salt, because then it gets too salty, you won't be able to eat it. Just a little bit. It's a little bit hot, but doesn't matter. Oh, it smells good. Now comes the next step. So, clean the water from the caldero and the impurities. Just a clean, quick wash. Going to use the same thing actually. Going to put some oil. Going with vegetable oil. I'm going to preheat this baby. A medium high for now. About a minute or so later, I lower the heat. I'm going to start pouring these babies in. And I think I lower the heat now because I want them to cook slowly. It's going to be another cooking, another frying after that. But you want to fry, you want to cook them first. Again, the first step was to get those impurities out so the taste is not contaminated. I call it contamination, but it's not really. So the water part, you don't have to do it like I did earlier. But I did it because I wanted to show you. And now I say medium low, which means a couple notches above low. So my stove have a 10 gauge system. I have them in number 2 right now. You can have it number 2, number 3. So that's called medium low. It's been about 25 minutes. They're not ready. Make sure that from time to time you move them so they don't get stuck. You know, like every 5-10 minutes can move it. So it's been 25 minutes. What I'm going to do, I'm going to raise the heat to medium. And I'm going to let it go, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes, maybe 20. Because now I have to wash them a little bit. I just want them to cook, to be cooked, okay? And I'm going to show you where you have to take them before you take them to the next process, okay? So, this is how they look now. If you leave it like that, this is like carne frita. So, now I'm going to get them out because I don't want carne frita. What I want is chicharrones. Let me get them out now. Even when I got them out, they're still cooking. See how? But it's not crunchy enough. And I'm going to show you how to take it there. Increase the heat to high. And let it heat up for about a minute or two so it's super high. You know, super hot. High heat. Very hot. Make sure you have a plate with napkins ready. This is not going to take long, okay? You don't want them super burned. So what I'm going to do, going to add this baby now that this thing is very hot. The oil. You're giving them the final touch. Look at the color, how they look. They are not burned. I didn't use any of that crazy stuff like fake dye colors like in some ingredients that we tend to use. It's almost done. Just a few seconds, right? Now when I do fritons, which is duck, fritons is in French. When I do the duck fat, I do when I'm rendering duck fat, and then I do like kind of chicharron. It's much easier, this step. So if you're hunting ducks, or you have a duck and you have some duck skin, a lot of duck skin, this is perfect. For chicharron, I have a video, relatively short, fritons. In fact, I'm going to put a link in the description. So look at this beauty, huh? This one I'm going to let a little bit longer. Yeah, see, it doesn't take a long time when it's the last step. Oh yeah. Look at this baby. They're ready. Look at this beauty. Look at this beauty. Let me make some. Let me listen to the sound. Wow. Perfect.